play some Brandenburg. Ooh, wow. They start off with a lot of non-integrated land, don't they? Not even Berlin's integrated? It's just sad. I'm sure he can accept it. I really should just start accept it. I feel like that's a noob trap. Like, you know, there's no reason why that shouldn't just start accepted. Anyways, it's not important, but we'll jump into it. Let's just grab diplomatic traditions. Can push, I guess, communalism. Grab privileges. I think it'd be cool if you could search, for example, like communalism, and it would pull up every estate privilege that could do a communalism for, you know, like every different. That would be cool. Like every different estate. So if I type in communalism, it should pull up like the, you know, clergy, burghers, whatever. That would be cool. Probably will never happen. We can keep dreaming. We also want conciliatory. Innovative's nice. Probably grabbing too many privileges, but yeah, it's fine. I surely won't get another disaster, right? That would just be bad luck. So let's research everything in this age. Not sure if that's the right way, but it doesn't seem bad. You know, I just saw that. That's kind of odd. Hold on. Never mind. Oh, I'll show you the Emperor. That's not happening to me. We're gonna try to be the Emperor as fast as we can here. Oh yes, -40 legitimacy. Yeah, I should have maybe not grabbed so many privileges. I think it's funny that diplomatic spending starts on, but why would you ever want that? Diplomatic spending is freaking terrible. Let's just automate so everyone's paying me. Really? Were you not the Emperor? I like to automate my taxes though just to 0, so they're always paying max. Can I get another disaster? I hope not. I have no legitimacy, but I don't. Probably not. Probably should increase control of my capital. Half of it's still not cored, so I need a culture convert probably at some point. Survival to. I'm not sure. Wolgast? Seems fine. Yeah, the whole thing sounds terrible. Like, terrible game design. I don't like it. The whole, like, we're gonna make it so your wars get pieced out immediately. Like, okay. Cool. Like, how often was that actually forced in real life? How, like, was it even historical that happened a lot? Maybe it is. I don't know. Like, how many times does the Emperor successfully just be like, you guys aren't at war anymore? Like, how exactly did that look like in real life? Like, I imagine it wouldn't just be something that, like, one day, you know, in the middle of a day, you're just like, bam, you know? No, they didn't add mission trees. I just can't imagine it would be like middle of like especially with communication back then, right? It wouldn't have been like some instantaneous like we're gonna stop you from attacking people. I would at least I would imagine that's the case. They changed this event here, which is interesting. I think it used to give 50 local proximity source, but now it gives 20. But effectively, that's the same thing. So that if you built a governor there, you get a full secondary capital. So I don't know why they did that. They're like, we're going to make it worse, but not worse enough. It just seems 20% is the exact number you would need to stack a governor with it. So I don't know. It seems weird. Are they encouraging you to do that? Maybe. I don't know. I haven't got a single Vilsvac investment event. That's weird. I just have, there we go. Speak and it shall appear. I think we have to go to the negative 100. That's the way, right? I think so. I think expanding is like a waste of time early game, though, probably. Well, I don't know. Maybe not. The more you expand, the more you have to robber baron, but does that really matter? I don't know. Maybe it doesn't. Am I already going to debt? Wow, I am. Impressive. Oh, wait, I didn't delete the fort. Skill issue. No wonder I'm going to debt. Your capital starts in this horrific spot in Brandenburg. It's probably just worth like straight away to try to move your capital to Berlin, but I don't know. It sucks that you have to. Because it's a terrible bit of terrain that you find yourself starting on. So it's a wetland, so it's like negative 25% proximity speed impact to every location. So in your capital, I'm like, why does your capital start there? It's terrible. Yeah, I'm just going to debt. What do you do? I didn't realize I had an aristocrat court. Oh well. Can finally get our first parliament. Should I just go to war or? I don't know. Wish there was a way to see a bit more visually who you could fabricate claims with. Maybe you can, and I just don't know about it. Oh, this seems awful. What? Maybe you could do this. Set favorite filter. What? What happened? Clear and set. I don't understand. Do you guys understand this? Anyone watching? I thought that would set favorite filter, but it just like didn't? Question mark? It just why? What? I don't get it. What the hell? How does this work? I was like, that'd be kind of a nice filter because then I guess it would show me like if I have rivals and enemies on it, it will at least show me who I could potentially get a claim with, I think. But I guess not. Collect the star? Oh, like hold on, I think you're onto something. Like, yeah, okay, you're onto something. Can I hotkey this menu somehow? It just seems like a too complicated to get to that menu. Where's that menu? Diplomacy. Okay, that's not the worst. Because I think that if you set rivals and enemies, that would be like a good indication of who you could get a claim with. In theory, right? Like I shouldn't be able to get that claim with anybody else with these two people. So that seems like a useful thing to do. Because I'm pretty sure that's only ones you can attack, right? Could probably get a claim with Woolgast. I'm not really sure how viable expanding early is, and also Woolgast isn't the most valuable land for you to take, but I've only played Brandenburg for 2 years. I don't know. It's fine. I'm not really sure what I want to do with Parliament here, but I guess just some law changes. I'd be tempted to go to war, but it's probably bad to go to war this early. I don't really think the Brandenburg is any different. In fact, I don't like people ask a lot about 1.2. I'm like, I don't think 1.2 like really changed the game much. It's just like it's just changed Byzantium. Okay. So I decided not to go to war for this first parliament. I think it's probably bad to go to war before you get the papal bull through. That's what I'm thinking. So let's just change to favor the elites. And then maybe we can get something else through, but probably not. It's not looking good. Unless we get the burgers event. We're probably not getting there, yeah. I don't think so. I mean, the nobility already hate me, so... You know. It is what it is that I granted up, made them really mad with that parliament. Maybe we dream. Nah, we just made people more mad for no reason. You can't win them all. Denmark can help me, though, if the Civil War becomes an issue. Yeah, I really want to see if I get this through, but I have to get some good RNG here. If I get a 5% event, we should be fine. But I'm not really sure what the odds of getting that are. Forgot my automation, too. Let's grab that. Wish you could favorite automation or something like that. Maybe in the future. I hear 1.3 has to do with automation, so maybe that'd be nice. I do the same automation like every campaign, so it'd be nice if it was just automated, for no lack of a better word. Or sorry, lack of a better word. No lack is not the way. That sucks. I didn't get anything more with that parliament. I made people insanely mad trying to get there. Oh well. Food is so brutal now. I don't really like it. Like, maybe that will be useful. I made a favorite filter here, which to declare war. I'm like, oh, that kind of could be useful. Then I don't have to figure out who I can attack. I can just look in here and be like, okay, who are my rivals and enemies? And then go after those people. Could be helpful. I think this UI looks better. It's a little weird. No, I think it's fine. Who would most likely vote for me? Maybe like... Oh, I have no diplomats, of course. I see, I see. Hello, hello. How you doing? Sure, you can ally to Lower Bavaria. Oh yeah, I forgot I had a subject. I need to annex. It'll take a while. Control is terrible. Your land starting unintegrated sucks. I will admit. Nice. I guess we can encourage conciliatory. Could we gain 1 favors from Denmark? No, never. I bet we'll see a rework of the Catholic UI within this year. Calling it right now. Mark my words. There will be a Catholic UI overhaul like there is for the HRE. Man, the lack of diplomats is pain. I can't even get 1. That's crazy. I can't even have 1. I should have done that first. Oh well, it'll research soon. Like I should have queued it better so I had the diplomats. Like I don't want to pay for that, but I guess no, I'm not gonna pay for it. Like I guess I could. No, I was like I could stop building the spy network and maybe that'd work, but no. We'll pick Diplo Focus. It's per usual. Kind of makes me miss idea groups sometimes. Like I feel like idea groups were more of a fun way that does the same thing as age focuses, but it was a bit more customizable. Like similar but not as fun. Nice. That's kind of silly. But nice. Yeah, that's reasonable. I think it's just too hard for me to put you like it hurts to you for a little bit for me. I'm not going to give away my subjects for free. No thanks. Man, I just want diplomats. I feel like I can't do anything right now. Why is France killing Denmark? I can get behind it. Just a little bit weird. but I can respect it. I really hate to know, like, I don't know. Using Parliament CD just feels really, really bad to me. Like, I could, but I'm like, man, I really don't want to use Parliament CD for anything. The extra antagonism just feels wrong. Can I just insult people and hope they rival me? Union formed, great. And they elected Austria. Oh well. The Black Death will kill them all, and then I'll be the Emperor. This is the way. Oh yeah, I didn't know about that one before either. Like, that was a good find. Someone in the chat told me about it. I guess this set favorite filters thing is kind of cool. I should use that more. Just like get it all, like, I don't use that a lot. I'm like, I should do that because I end up doing this. Can you do it everywhere? I guess you could, huh? I'm guessing. Yeah, huh. Like, I don't think hide state. Interesting. I should do that more. I think it'd be kind of cool if they had like a little button up here that like let you like select like a favorite filter that you had set. But I should use that more for sure. Like, I don't know, I gotta like check which menus that is in, but like I think there's a lot more filters than there was before. I should, yeah, huh. Interesting. Yeah, it'd be cool if they had like little templates you could click that were like, you know, oh, I want to see this thing, but I'm like, that I don't know, for this seems useful here. Just like this, the create CB menu always having these two, like always having my rivals and enemies, so I can see who I can actually get the CB one. No drama. I may need to pay for Diplo spending for just a little bit. So I really don't want to. It's tough out there. I'm debating if it's worth. Maybe I just won't. I guess I don't need to go to war. It's not really that important, I guess. Oh yeah, we got this event. I forget what you want to do for this. I feel like you want to say no. Oh, what? Oh. I don't know what you want to do here. You don't want to lose 100 civility, do you? I can't imagine, but what would happen if you did? I'm not sure if it's worth. Let's just lose 100 stability, you know? Sure. So we don't have to play the Wittelsbach game anymore. We're free. I think you like can wait for that, but it's not a big deal at the same time. Like, I think it only takes like what, like a year per province. So it's like I don't know that not expanding would be the way because you're only like not even played MP at all. 0. This game's probably stable enough to play in single player. What am I crazy? I feel like there'd be like so much exploits and cheese in that setting that it would be chaos. I'd have to like I feel like I'd have to like oversee the game and make sure no one used exploits and stuff like that, and it'd be kind of annoying. You just have to have like Yeah, I feel like that would be I'd be like, no one can build a horse. You're banned from the lobby if I see you have a horse. It'd be like, it would kind of be ridiculous, right? Another parliament. I don't know what we're gonna do with it though. Could change laws. I don't really like aristocratic court. Anything that gives expected cost of court though is kind of bad, but yeah, let's just get rid of that. I don't know. I don't know if that really should be a priority. As I click this to get, do I even want? Yeah, sure. I'm like, I need to click for more aristocracy, even though I'm trying to get rid of it. I think I need to do like by blood eventually. Sure, I guess we'll get the laws out of the way. By blood is like just very good. Although maybe the conciliatory push would be better. We have martial society, we could go civil. That would be a pretty big swing for conciliatory. Yeah, sure. Investigate his story. Wait, what? I don't know. Start an investigation of my leader, please. MP raised to the Middle Kingdom. Yeah, I feel like vassal spamming right now is like, if you don't plan to play like past 100 years and you just plan to never annex your subjects, then it's fine, right? Which I think is like a viable idea in a way. Is Mineral Quartz worth it? I probably don't want to do. I don't think so. I don't know. I have mixed feelings on this. I think now that I like centralization a lot more, I tend to not like Mineral Quartz as much. But I don't know. It's not the worst at the same time. Can I get one more thing through? Come on, RNG. Perfect. I just had to ask. Ask and you shall receive. All right, let's go to by blood. I tend to like. I never use subjects. I feel like I'm the only creator who does that, like content creator though. It's like, hey, I don't want to use subjects for no other reason because I just don't like them. The church is about ready to pass that AE capable, so I could go to war. Well, I have actually negative 80 stability. I can't go to war. Someday. Although it's not really the best thing to expand anyways, because the more that you expand, the more you have to deal with robber barons. But at the same time, yeah, I don't know. It's not like the robber barons take that long to deal with anyways, so it's not really, I guess, that valid of a reason to not go to war. We're at a debt, which is good. Could be reasonable to pay for stability, maybe. Yeah, I could afford it. One thing nice about, oh, excuse me. One thing nice about avoiding being the emperor is that it won't be a great power. But if I'm the emperor, it's likely I'm the great power, and then I have to pay higher cost of court. I don't even use them. I was gonna make a video about this, but I really don't like the way that culture is right now. Like, I'm just not happy with the system. Because I feel like it's very limiting. And it'll like encourage you to play a certain way. Like, for example, it's like, if I'm playing Brandenburg, I should avoid going into Poland because I can just accept German culture as free. But if I go into Poland, then so it like kind of like shapes the way that you like should play. Because it's gonna be more optimal for you to just stay within your culture group. Which I don't know, in a way like kind of like dictates the way that you should play your campaign. It's like with Italy too. It's like you should just conquer Italy as Italy, because you know. What is this? I want me to pay 50 more stab? To change my dynasty to Swidwin? What the heck? It's gonna happen no matter what. We're gonna become Squidward or something. Oh, it's terrible. Well, how long is that? Is it just till his death? Yeah, it's fine. The Black Death is here. I'm sure that he'll die in like 3 days anyways. I can have negative cost accord or whatever. Although my peasants right now, they won't fight for me. I should change my peasant equilibrium. I always forget to do this. I set it to 0, but really I should set it to 2.5. Just the automation. Man, I can push conciliatory really well right now. I like that. All that Diplo rep. The efficiency of... excuse me. I also like the efficiency of cabinet, though, from that. That's really good. Conciliatory is just insanely good, I think. It's just funny the conciliatory is the one that lets you conquer more, because that seems like backwards. Like, if I ask the dev, is this the intent that conciliatory is the one that lets you expand faster? Like, surely they would say no, right? Surely. My guy died. That's good. Because he had some negative buffs. He died before the Black Death even hit. What an idiot. I think the best thing about the Emperor is just the extra diplomats you get. But anyhow, we're going to go with destroy enemy CV and Wolgast. Eventually, you might be able to go to war with them. I think I was allied to Denmark, but I guess I'm not anymore. I could get that alliance back, I suppose. They're kind of a nice ally because you didn't really want their land. Well, I guess in some ways you do, because they have land up near Lubeck. But not for now. The Black Death still doesn't spread here. It's weird. It's slow. Like, kill my people already so I can get it over with. You know? It's fine. Jeez, I'm fabricating claims slow. So slow. I guess that's not my best skill. Like, I want to move my capital, but I don't know. Is it worth the stab drop? I suppose. The idea being that, you know, I want to build capital buildings, but I don't want to start building them until my capital's moved, so. But yeah, I think Brandenburg is a terrible capital location because of the wetlands. I think I'm in a union now, which is bad. Yeah, that's unfortunate because my leader died too young. I mean, it's just Upper Bavaria, though. I mean, he'll hopefully die to the Black Death, too. Like, I'd rather not be in a union. But all my leaders just keep dying. Okay, Berlin's on capital. Great. Is it even integrated? Oh, it is. Okay. Yeah, they wouldn't let me move my capital if something that wasn't. Probably getting some good communalism. Oh, I thought we would. Oh, Expel Sick is not on. I thought it was. I think you sometimes have to click it a bunch because it like starts spreading somewhere and then it stops and then you gotta spread somewhere new. Yeah, but like that seems like a lot of work. Getting that RNG. It's not reliable. I'd never done the -100 stab thing in the recent times. I'm just kind of curious about it. It doesn't seem like it's a good idea, but and more for like, you know, why not? I remember it used to be like when I first played early access, that was the way. That was the only way actually to get rid of it. You had to take the negative 100 stab. Ooh, I get a Annex Stettin CB. I wonder if you could co-belligerate with a CB pretty effectively. I mean, I guess it wouldn't matter because you're in the HRE and the real issue is always antagonism, and it doesn't really help you with that. So I guess it really wouldn't be that useful, but... Ooh, I get conciliatory for not doing it, too. That's a win. Although almost to my max trend. Would have been better if we were at the max trend when it hit. Yeah, I have like no people left to fight. You hate to see it. Negative 82 stab. Can't win them all. Just keep going. I just keep taking negative stab events because I'm like, yeah, whatever. I'll go to war later. That's rough. I guess I should improve with my subject and eventually annex them. Yeah, I guess that's the case. It's like just because you want the dynasty. If it did something more cool, I think that'd be cool. Just seems like, you know, more so for RP, and I'm like, hey, whatever. Not that big of a RPer. I keep getting so many bad stab events. But I guess for conciliatories it can be. Oh no, I don't want that. I saw my income was my bonus to stability. I'm like, oh, that's pretty good. 1.39 a month. Yeah, nice. I mean, it would be good if it was the stability gain. Okay, let's see. What values can I push right now that I care about? Probably nothing. Maybe innovative, actually. Start getting our Diplo rep on the way here. Our war score efficiency. I wonder how war score efficiency translates versus war score cost. I'm never really sure. But I feel like the way that proximity was changed translates really bad. How did I end up with 1% estate satisfaction here? Not sure. Oh, I never grabbed this communalism. Skill issue. I mean, I might as well grant these things anyways, because the commoners are insanely mad. Like, I need to fix that. Oh, dang it, the expel the sick went off again. I didn't notice. I have not pushed communalism very well. Yeah, but oh well. I don't really need communalism that much as Brandenburg, but it's always helpful. Because I'm sure the Black Death is about over and I'm going to lose that push. I didn't notice that the expel the sick wasn't on. Just keep dying, people, for like another 2 years. Yeah, I think that I was looking at the, negative reviews for the 1.2, and I'm like, I think that a lot of it is because I think people expected it to be different than it was. Like, what it did, like people wanted like a expansion pack, but I guess maybe that's not what it is. That's what I wonder is like, what if people are mad about that? Well, I won't be able to push my communalism to max now. The Black Death trolled me. I didn't realize the expel the sick. It really shouldn't get deactivated. It should just remember that you want to expel the sick. But it's fine. I need to start assimilating a little bit because I don't even have accepted in my own land. And I can't go to war for a while because of my stability, so there's no point to worry about that, I guess. I doubt I'll be doing a lot of culture conversion, so I don't even really know if I need to go humanist. This is like curse. I hate this. I can either go a value I don't want to go, or 3 options to change policies. I'm like, that sucks. I don't want to do any of that. That parliament's just cooked. Like, I went to the trouble to push conciliatory. I don't want to backslide. Oh well. Parliament's just cooked. It's like it keeps getting more cooked anyways. Well, what is that event? Lose 1 ducat to not lose 5% support? Like, why? It's so cheap. Like, who would care? But yeah, this parliament was meant to be. I just keep getting events to lose the support. Well, maybe. Maybe we're back. Maybe. Maybe I'll work on the mod. I think I'd need to like reset the work on the mod though. And like redo it, because there's like things that I clearly don't like about the mod that I did. And then things I like. I think the thing that I liked the most about the mod I made was like the integration. And then I didn't like I think I would like change, go back and change like some other stuff too. But maybe I will continue that. I just feel like it got to the point where it's like maybe some frustration of like I shouldn't have to be trying to fix the game. It's just, you know what I mean, maybe. But like, the game should be better, and it's really not my job. I kind of felt like sometimes. I think 1.2 has been, I would say that there are a lot of quality of life improvements that they added. As far as like major changes though, they're not where I would have preferred some better like major changes, I guess. I think there's some things that like didn't hit the mark. Like for example, you can take forts at 33% war score instead of 100%, but I'm like, in my eyes, that does nothing, because I'm not going to spend plus 33% war score in a war that I took the time to win. I'm still forced to siege every fort at the end of the war, so it's like, maybe it's the right direction of an idea, but it's like it's a half measure. Is for one example, that's something I didn't like. So it's like they almost acknowledge that it was a problem, but then they don't like fix it in a way that like is satisfying, I guess. I think like war in general is really poor though, because war is like, I don't know, maybe it's not, maybe it's it just feels like a bad simulation of like how it would be like if I attack somebody. Like if I attack Bohemia, I should literally sit in my land and wait for Bohemia to send their troops and attack me. Every war. Yeah, they took away the Seljuk mints unless you're Turkish. I saw that. One thing I think is weird. Let me know how you guys think on this. So they gave us like early access to the content, right? And we like report bugs and all that. And it would be like a week before release, they would like start telling us like, oh, this is gonna be out in patch 1.22. Like that's interesting that they wouldn't just like push that to like release. Like the idea that like they had queued up patches to be released like, a week or 2 weeks later, but they're already working on like the next patch. I was like, that's kind of odd. But maybe they need more. Maybe it's sensible because of the way they need to like QA test stuff. But I definitely feel like they don't have enough QA. Like for example, the first time I played Brandenburg, or I mean Byzantium, I could tell that you're freaking, when you form Rome, that your events get bricked. Like I played one time. Like it's almost like if anyone tried to form Rome as Byzantium, they would have known that. Like I saw that immediately, and I was like, how does something like that slip through the cracks? I don't know. Like all your events don't work when you're Rome. Like how does that slip through the cracks so easily? Yeah, that's probably what it is. They're like they're like obligated to release by a certain point. It just kind of sucks to see, because you're like, You like report a bug and they're like, oh, that's already been fixed in patch 1.2. And I'm like, well, the DLC's not even out yet. Why is it that bug's getting fixed into like a week after release when it's not being released for a few days? They nerfed the Roman Road? Really? No way. That could have been me if they did. I shouldn't have done what I did. Did they really? I'm honestly like not happy with the way that they do if they did that. So I feel like they nerfed a bunch of stuff because I posted screenshots. What is it? I gotta look. Because I think that like they I don't know, they take the wrong approach to like what I'm saying to them too. Two? Yeah. Well, my idea, okay, here's my logic too. And I even like said this to them, or I actually asked them. But I think the idea with Rome is that it's a fantasy tag. And it's like, why nerf something that is meant to be or for example, Hellenism? Why nerf Hellenism and make it and not just let it be broken, overpowered? Like it's a fantasy religion, more or less, right? That one nation can use. Like I don't know that it's that important to target that, and it's after you defeat Egypt, so it's like by the time you defeated Egypt, your campaign's probably wrapping up anyways. Why is it important that you get that we nerf that type of thing? I don't know. I like, sure, right. It's just like by that point in the campaign, like, does it really matter? They do that a lot too. Or for example, it's like it's like when I did my World Conquest run, and and like I'd see things that they would nerf, like they nerfed Navarre or something, right? Or maybe they nerfed the mandate. It's like you don't need to nerf the game for the 1% of the people that are going to take the mandate every game or something, right? Or less than 1%. You shouldn't balance the game off of like a content creator's exploits or something like this. I think it's just bad. I think like leaving Hellenism really overpowered would be like a net positive in the community, because it's fun to be overpowered, right? That's what I'm saying. Like if there's some broken stuff in the game that's like you only can get it by doing something ridiculously crazy, that you're probably only going to watch a creator do, you're not going to do it yourself, you know, is like, just leave it. Like I doubt people are going to be like, I'm going to, you know, if I find some broken strategy that's like crazy complex to pull off. Maybe. Yeah, like I think they did something like that too. And it's like, who cares? You know? Like if you're conquering the world and whatever. Right. They don't like it, but that's like that may have been my fault when I post screenshots of like I did post screenshots to like the developers about the control with a question to them that they didn't. I don't know if they directly responded more. Like I asked them like, "Hey, this is a lot of control. Is it you know, is it meant to be a fantasy thing?" Yeah. I mean, yeah. That's why I don't play EU4. Like, I would have a hard time playing EU4 because it's like a game that will never be updated anymore. So people are going to continue to find exploits and stuff, and they're never going to get patched. I just like the idea of like, you know, EU5 is like they care about it. But that's funny though, the exploits on everything. I don't honestly think they'd patch anything at this point. Why would they? I don't think there's any financial incentive for them to patch or touch EU4. It's just a waste of money. It would be my guess. I'm not telling you that's how it is. I'm telling you that's how I think it is. So annexing our subject, which will take forever, 42 years. I do like the UI shows you that now, though, so that's a win. Get the burgers, or sorry, I can get the bad events here in 10 years. I don't know why they wake you. What's funny about this is they used to make you wait till the 1400s in like an earlier access build, but I'm like, why do they make you wait so long to get the rubber bands events? Why not just let them happen after you hit your Vittelsvac investment score? And my game's frozen. Dang. I'm having a lot worse of time. Like lately, I'm freezing a lot more in this patch than before, so that's a little bit disheartening. Yeah, I think it's possible that they would do like some patching, but it's just like, yeah, it's limited. Honestly, I think about this like what do you guys think of this? What do you think it would have been a horrible thing if they released this game as an early access game? Or do you think the community would have been a lot happier? I ask myself that sometimes because I'm like, like in my mind, it is an early access. Like it's not a complete game still, right? Like the military is a joke. Like, but if that's early access and that's happening, I'm like, I think I'd give them a pass. Like, okay, the combat isn't quite like there, but like, you know, levies getting annihilated by horses or something like this, whatever. If it's early access, I don't care. But if it's a full release version, you know, I think it would be more honest too. Honestly, I think they could have released it at the same price too. Well, when it comes to the subject nerf, I feel like I don't even like using subjects anymore personally because the main reason I wanted to use subjects was so they could culture convert, and they effectively can't culture convert anymore. I think that them putting the 10-year cooldown on subjects is like just makes it so I never want to use that, right? That's kind of how I feel, but that's just my impressions. Like I essentially look at subjects as like, okay, subjects can't culture convert anymore on a large scale. Basically, right? Like they're pretty useless now. So the one reason I would use them before is kind of negated. But my opinion on the subject nerf has been that they went too far. And you have to have like it's not good. I don't know. In my eyes, it's like, okay, if you want to try to culture convert subjects, you're now forced to push humanist. So that takes away like, you know what I mean? Like subjects cannot culture convert unless you have like a good amount of humanist. So it's like it's almost like I don't really like that much. I really just don't like the way the culture conversion like is in the game though, I guess. You could say it's like an overarching statement. But also subjects don't like, okay, my issue would be like subjects don't like once they finish culture converting a location, well, the thing is they're not going to finish until it's at 100%, right? Is that my understanding to be correct, I think? So it's like if you have a bigger subject, you can't just they're not really going to continue to culture convert more stuff until they hit 100%. And is that I think that's how it works. Correct me if I'm wrong, but yeah, they can't assimilate at all because they're the negative 50% is like it's like the problem is that you have right, but I think instead of being slower, it's like impossible. Like if you tag into England, I'm sure that their subjects are just like useless for that, right? Like I'm looking at fully English stuff. It's not useless, but a lot of times the issue is that you have a scenario where it's like a lot of times if you force culture convert, there's a negative 75, right? So now you have a negative 75 and a negative 50 to overcome before you can do anything. Like, I don't know. I can look at a normal subject, I guess. I don't know. Who has a normal subject? Maybe something like Epirus, or I don't know. If you force convert the subject, that's what I see happening. I think there was an argument to not go humanist before because spiritualist used to give you like possible clerics, but now they made it so humanist does. I think they go. I've always been a humanist guy. I always thought humanist was the way to go, but I thought more so that humanist was the way to go because I really like tolerance. Yeah, your like subjects just can't. I feel like they made it so subjects just don't really culture convert or religious convert anymore. Like it's like too hard to get them to do that. It's possible, but if you have to wait 10 years to do it anyways, you know what I mean? Like, does that become worth it at all? So in my mind, in my eyes, it's just like we've removed like I think that subjects were the main way that you would integrate your land, right? As far as like full coring it. And now you're stuck in a situation where you have to like try to do it one province at a time or do some weird cheesy stuff like, you know, I mean, I could give you examples of what, but it probably bores you. Maybe you should make a video on how to cheese it. I think the best way to cheese it is by making subjects and then currying favors with those subjects and then canceling those subjects. It's like probably the best way so that you can ask them to improve cultural opinion. Like that probably is the most optimal way to deal with it. But that's cheesy though. I don't know. I don't like how integration is tied to culture. Like, no. What I'm talking about is like, okay, if I was the Ottomans, for example, and I annexed Byzantium, then if I made a subject, they would be the dominant Greek culture because everyone else is dead, right? So what you would do is go to that subject and start currying favors, and then you would also like send gifts on cooldown if you want to speed it up a little bit. But then once that subject gets to 100 favors, you cancel them, and you cancel the subjects, and then you're able to ask them twice to improve cultural opinion, right? Or you can alternatively make multiple subjects, right, with favors. Second option is you make two subjects, and then you can get them both to 50 favors, because once you kill the one subject, then the new subject takes over as the dominant one. So that's like two ways you can cheese it. You can either do it with one subject or multiple subjects. Because if I made two subjects that were both Greek, once I killed the one that got released, or you would like release the one that had the higher population, right? Because they're going to be the dominant one. So you release them first, kill them, and then the next person would be the new dominant one. But yeah, that's kind of my point though, is that there's ways to cheese the system. But I think the biggest issue, I mean, or one of the bigger issues is that I just think it's a bad approach. But one thing I never liked is when they made it so control affects how well you can culture convert. Because if this wasn't a thing, then I would still use subjects. Because I would be able, I deal it like in some way, it would be like, okay, I can use my subjects to integrate, and then I can use my cabinet to culture convert myself. But because they did this, it makes it so you can only use one cabinet action to do this, because you have to tie it with, you have to also increase control to make it effective, which I don't like. Like it's like you kind of have to, I think. If you want to effectively assimilate, you have to either have insanely high control or just be using the increased control cabinet action. Which is like it's a bad issue because here's the issue with culture conversion. You want to culture convert to get better control, but you need better control to culture convert. Which is like, okay. You see the issue though? It's just kind of dumb. It's like you need the better control to get the better control. It's like, why? could start going to war. Although I guess my events start pretty soon here, but I'm like thinking about maybe going to war soon. Right. I don't think culture conversion is like. I don't really know what that even means in the sense of a cabinet. Like, what can you assign a worker to do that is assimilating people faster? What does that guy do? He like try to like marry people or something? I don't understand what it even means. Like, I can see a missionary, that makes sense, but like, what is this guy going door to door and like advertising people to live like their neighbors or something? I just want to know what happens when the like what is that guy doing? Should I go to war? I don't even know what would be a good war right now. I want this land because it's next to my capital. I don't like the. I don't know. I feel like they're in a weird place. Like, okay, you have this control system, and then you decide that you're going to listen to the community that wants extra capitals. So you devalue your control system completely. Like, I don't get that. I'm not saying that maybe they wouldn't have done it anyways, but I'm just saying, like, I feel like the governor's thing is like really weird because it really harms their core mechanic of control. I don't know. It's just kind of like I always thought that was a weird one. Like, I get people wanting to have multiple capitals, but I don't know that you should give them that. That's one of those things that like, are we listening to the right crowd? Like, I'm someone who like, likes to have like I don't know. I'm a wide player myself, but even me, I wouldn't think that's good. Well, yeah, because you can't really get that much control away from your capital, right? So it kind of like incentivizes you not to conquer so quickly. Like if I went and took land, like for example, if I'm Brandenburg and I went and attacked the Teutons, it's like there's no value in doing that because it's too far from my capital. I will never get value in that land. Well, not never, but it will take until later in the game when there's better roads for me to get value. So it became this kind of like organic thing of like you only. I don't know. It's a weird one. It was like a way to kind of slow down the progression of the player a little bit because you couldn't just like attack anything. With governors, it's like you could attack. It just really incentivizes you to like attack the richest land possible. Like, if I can just build a governor to like France or like the most OP land possible, right? Well, naval always felt better in that way. Yeah, I always thought naval was overpowered because it gives you the most control possible. Like, think about like land versus naval. It's like when we're playing Bohemia, you like, you have control. It's like you draw your control out from your capital, right? But if you're naval, instead of it being like a circle around your capital, it's just like way more. You get like way better control to more places because if it's like your capital can now, instead of your capital connecting to like 5 or 6 things, the it's like endless how many things your capital can connect to. Sort of. I know it's like simplifying it, but that's what I said in my feedback too. I think governors would be better if they required a greater than 0 proximity. I think I said that in my one video they made, giving them feedback. Right, exactly what you're saying, Jeremy TV. That's a huge issue, right? Because and that's the thing that happens whenever you. This is funny, randomly. Holland has English land, but whenever you add a mechanic like that, the AI is going to be worse at it than the player. And they keep doing that. They keep adding more mechanics that are like hard for the AI to do. Like maybe they need to add some stuff that only the AI can do. I don't know. Sometimes I think the control mechanics are just like crippling the AI so bad. Like, if there, like, imagine if the, the AI would be a lot more competent if we use the EU4 system. Like, just straight up, they would be way better, right? Like, imagine if everyone just had full cores, mostly. That would be like, the AI would be way better. I'm not saying I want them to do that. I'm just saying, like, part of the AI's incompetence is that they don't have very good control over their lands. And the players are going to be much better at like handling that always, which gives the player a huge advantage. Yeah. Hey, hon.
Hi, sweetie.
Don't put that in the fridge. I just got a drink.
Sure.
Thank you.
Of course.
Actually, hon. Yeah, it's an issue. But I get I like the control, the idea of control mechanically. It's cool. It's just, I think I think the AI is, I hate to give the players, I feel like this game is just giving the players so many advantages. Like, how can we give the AI some advantages that the player, but maybe people will complain about that. I know some people really didn't like the historical nation, or what was it? Like in EU4, there was like historical nations that had they were just stronger by default. I'm like, I think that kind of was a good thing. I know some people are like adamant that it was terrible and they want to disable it every time, but I'm like, I actually think that was a good idea to give the AI like some sort of cheats to make these nations stronger than others. Yeah. And it's like, here's an interesting one, or like, I guess here's a question for you guys. Do you think Byzantium should fail? Like from the AI? I almost think that they should, but that's, but I guess the problem with that is like, if it's, well, I mean, that's the problem with the game in general, right? You make the game start 1337, but you're never going to, conquests can never be that slow that it would be interesting to, like, what I'm saying is, by the time the player hits 1444, they're going to have way more than is like realistic for the AI, right? Like, isn't it true that in 1337, Brandenburg's borders are like the same as they are in 1444? And it's like, yeah, they can't, obviously, that wouldn't be fun to play that way, right? If somehow they like made it so that was the case, would that even be fun to play? Right. But they can't, I mean, I don't know. It's tough. I think it's like really hard. Right. It's hard to know what they should do. I think that the DLC actually makes Byzantium stronger. Like, I see the AI Byzantium survive way more than I did before. For way longer. Like, that's definitely a thing. Like, that can't be the intent, right? But I don't know. It's a weird thing because, like, if you want the AI to be competent, they need to play more like a player, right? But if you do that, then people are still going to complain because then the AI doesn't play historical. Like, if you want the AI to be better, they would blob a lot more. But then you have situations where, what do you do as a developer in that case? I don't know. It's like if you want to make the AI more competent, then they have to play more like a player. And if they play more like a player, then people are going to complain about that too. You know what I mean? It's got to be annoying in their shoes, I'm sure. Like, oh, Bohemia blobs out like a player, and that's super. Like, but I want them to be more historical. And it's like, okay, what do you want? What do you really want? But and the question is too, like, if you're a developer, who do you listen to? You know, that's my worry with them is like, are you gonna just listen to who's the loudest on Reddit, or like in the sense of like the idea of pose this question, like, I think there's a part of the community that thinks the AI should blob more, and there's part of the community that thinks that they should blob less. Like let's say the Ottomans went crazy like a lot, right? Well, they would be stronger. Like, I'm talking like, what if you're the player and you play the Ottomans, you're going to be bigger than the Ottomans would have been in 1444, right? Now, if that's the AI doing that, how does the community feel about that? I would argue that a lot of people would be upset. I think it'd be cool personally, but I think that wouldn't be like the general consensus. Like, if the Ottomans went like crazy and they just conquered a ton of stuff and they were super strong, and you couldn't really deal with them unless you like built up yourself. Like, I feel like, and it wouldn't be like historical and stuff like that. But yeah, I don't know. Just some weird stuff because it's like, I mean, what would be better? Is it better if the AI plays historical or if the AI plays like a player? Maybe that should just be like a setting, and maybe that's kind of in some senses there are, but like for example, if you're like Poland, right? You're probably gonna take down the Teutons pretty early, but if you wanted like a historical path, then the Teutons should live longer. I think the H3 being a billion little provinces or what locations is like the worst. I hate that. I do not want that at all. I much preferred the version of the game where Bohemia ate all the H3. Why? Because it was just less tedious to deal with the H3 that way. Like when it was like if I'm playing like France and whatever, right? I was like, this is way more like fun to deal with. I'd rather deal with a really strong Bohemia than a billion little HRA people that are just like that just become super tedious. I feel like that's impossible. Like, I unfortunately, I made that point to the devs early, by the way. Gelled. Like, the idea of like, wouldn't it be cool if we had a game that was fun until 1837? That'd be the dream, right? That was what I thought would be like insanely cool. I'm like, oh well, like you know, they'd have to really slow down conquest and that sort of thing. But that's always what my vision was: is that you would have a campaign where you could play the whole thing and be entertained and be like you'd always have like some strong rivals and stuff like that. But then they like, I don't know. That's what I was hoping for. Like how, like what would? Because here's an interesting thing. Or how would you make it so that you would be more interested in playing to the late game of a campaign? Like how, like it would have to be that the AI would be like really aggressive too or something, right? But I don't know. It would have to be other stuff too. Like I don't know. Like obviously there's a huge issue with, you know, build like half of a horse and then you win. That's bad, right? That's but I think that's why I think that earlier on, I don't know if you could play the game like on release, but I think levies were like really, really strong early on. And I think that was better because you couldn't just build a single stack of professionals and win. Because like, I mean, levies were just so, they were like pretty similar in strength to professionals. I'm like, I feel like that was the better version of the game because the AI would be way stronger than that in that world. Which I think is like, yeah, that's like bad from a design perspective, but it's good for the AI to be useful. Let's build our government buildings. At least the monthly diplomats one would be huge. I want to eventually go to war with Wolgas, but I never have diplomats. They won't make me the emperor because they're rude. I'm also in a union. How do I get out of the union? I guess I'd have to go to war with the other guy or something, but there's got to be like some event that gets me free, I think. I have faith. Like, I don't want to be in this union. I guess I could just grow my nation until we got there. I think they should too. I think levies shouldn't. I honestly would be okay if they just removed levies from the game. Like maybe something to the extent like once you hit the site, you know, once you hit the third age and it's 1437, like they just get phased out completely. But I think to make the game less, like, more simple, the game should just not have levies. And I think it would be better. Like I think the military system in EU4 is way better. Like nations have standing armies. They all do. I mean, that would be cool. I think that that would be cool, and maybe that's better in the long run, right? Because I do think the idea of like, well, because I think it's historical that like people didn't use levies, but they used what's the Victoria 3 thing. Like I think I like that system a lot more. What am I talking like? What's the word? You get any Victoria 3 drawers? Conscripts. I think conscripts would be cool. Where it's like you kind of you like transition in from having levies to having like conscripts. And then you can like pick what these conscripts are trained at. You know, like okay, I want these guys to be like trained for like imagine you would almost like create your stack of guys like you do in Victoria. I honestly think the Victoria system for recruiting conscripts was cool. Where it's like you pick what your army's gonna be composed of, and then when a war happens, you get to raise up those conscripts of that template that you designed ahead of time. 40k horse conscripts. I think they need to do some severe nerfs to horses to make them like not so broken. That'd be amazing. But yeah, I think that we're... I don't know. I think that's like one of the things though, like if I think of the core systems of the game, like, you know, pillars of the game, I'm like, military has got to be the weakest. Like if I was looking at like economy, it would be like, the economy's pretty good. The control system's fine. You know, like maybe I don't love the coring system, but it's like, it's not nearly as big of an issue to me as the combat is. Not even your 10K, it's more like your 50K. Like, I don't know, a stack of 5K horses might have a chance against 50K levies. Yeah, the problem is that estates don't have any backbone in this game either. But that's another issue, right? Like, maybe that's just the way you got to look at it. Like, again, if you look at this game like it's an early access game, I feel like it's actually doing well. Right? It's just kind of funny. I'm like, maybe they shot themselves in the foot by releasing it as a full game. So I'm like, I don't know. If this was an early access game, I'm like happy with where the development's going. I'm happy to see new, you know, UI adjustments, quality of life stuff, you know, that they're working on. Stuff like that. Oh, I know. I agree. Well, okay. I actually don't agree with that. I think it's okay to release DLC in an early access game. If if it's like you need the money. You know, like if you need the money to make it worth for the investors to like stay with you, like I can see like that from a business perspective. But I guess I don't really know. Like, yeah, I don't love people releasing DLC as like in early access, but at the same time, if they need to, for it to be like a viable thing, like I could get behind that. Honestly, I don't even have a problem. Like, okay, let me give you an example. A long time ago, I remember like picking up a Planet Coaster beta, and it costs more than the original game would have been. You had to pay extra to opt into the beta. And I'm like, I actually didn't mind though, because I wanted to pay. I was willing to pay extra because I wanted to see the game ahead of time because I was excited for it. Like, I don't even have a problem if they want to do that. But you know, like they still put it as like an early access title. Just the kind of idea that like, you know, you go into it knowing that it's an early access is like, I think it's like a good for, because maybe they didn't want to do it because of the price, right? Like you don't want to put all your hard work and be like, okay, we're gonna put it out for half price because it's early access. So it's like, yeah, I get that. I wonder how early access games like financially do that way though too. I don't know. Dude, I wish I could. I don't know what you're talking about. Dutch Norfolk elephant? I've never heard of that in my life. Suppose I better just call Parliament and go to a war here. Well, you know what? I've waited this long. I might as well just deal with the robber barons before we do any conquests, actually. Change my mind. Like, it's already 61. I might as well just wait for the robber barons. That seems reasonable. Is there any other law changes I could do? I guess I could go I could go humanist. I guess I don't see why not. Kind of want to go central stuff as well. Like central council. I think eventually we want to go that communal. I think it'd be kind of cool if you could push values with Parliament a little bit less RNG like, if that makes sense. I always thought that would be kind of neat. Because you're like here, it's like that's cool that you got the communal thing to go through here, right? But it'd be kind of cool if there was like a more predicted way to push your values. But speaking of values, I do think values, like the value system in general, might be bad because of how disadvantaged the AI is compared to you. Because you're a player who knows exactly what values you want, where the AI probably doesn't know that or take advantage of it like you would. So I don't know. The value system, I think that value system in general might be bad. You know, like as a whole. Because let's say that you push communalism to max, right? Like the AI is not doing that, or you push centralization to max, for example. The value system, I think it can be bad. I don't think I'm trolling. I think that like the AI, like you're like this is like a designed for the player, and the AI is never going to be able to get as much value as you do. Like for example, like the AI is not going to push conciliatory to get more Diplo reps so they can, you know. That's my issue with values is that they're. I think just the way that value, like I don't think it's almost like the values themselves aren't bad, but the ways that you get the values are. Like I think it'd be a lot more interesting if like the more that you had went to war, the more you got belligerent, for example. And it wasn't this like thing you click. It's like I wish values were more like they as you played the game, you got values based on how you were playing, or something like that. Like the less, like for example, the war thing. Like if you don't go to war for a while, you're more conciliatory, but if you go to war endlessly, you're more belligerent. Right. I think Parliament's a curse to the AI too. That's what I've always thought because the AI just like clicks random buttons in Parliament to get the thing through, and they don't care if there's a change policy. Like I think the AI should. I think the change policy should be disabled for the AI because they don't have the logic to like think about it and like But that's an AI issue. But that's my point with the value system is that it's like yeah. Right, everything's random. Where the player is like specifically, I want this thing, right? And that's why I think values are like it's like I like values of the system. I just don't like how it's such an advantage for the player. But yeah, you guys just got me in a ranting mood. Just play the game. But it's almost like I would rather that the values were like less extreme. Like for example, like I would be okay with it being like you really. I would like it if values were something that you. It's like a more of a long term thing. Like what I mean by that is like you can't like you shouldn't be able to push communalism to max within the first 20 years of the game. Would be like an example of what I mean. Like maybe you there's like a cap per age of like how much you can get or just a different system that values are generated, I guess. I don't really like that you push a value to the max and then it's like you're done. You know? Like it should be something that like the belligerent versus conciliatory thing. It's like that should be something that changes based on how the game is going, not just like, oh, I pushed conciliatory to the max or I pushed not conciliatory, but the other one. No, it is conciliatory. I pushed this value to the max, and I now it's going to be that way the rest of the game. I have the max benefit possible. I dare you to max individualism. There's probably some weird religion that will do it or something. I bet there's a way. I just think that it's a weird system. Like, what do you guys think of it? Like, I think it's a weird system, values, because of the way that the values work. Like, for example, I picked something that made me go towards traditionalist, but it won't do anything because I'm already pushing innovative. I feel like it's just like a weird thing. Like, I don't know if I like the passive trend that happens. Like, maybe it would be more interesting if, like, only events pushed you toward, you know, certain ways or whatever. I don't know. It just seems weird that there's, like, this, you know, like, if I'm super aristocracy, I can click all the plutocracy events I want, but I'll still be going the same amount towards aristocracy. And that feels kind of, like, weird. Yeah, I totally agree. Like, I think, like, some values are, like, really easy to push, and some values are just, like, really impossible. Like, for example, like, you can't really push humanists effectively until the Age of Reformation, right? Or why is it why is the road debates exist? Like, oh, you get 10 towards the value in every parliament that you find a road debate. But then there's, like, no other value that you can do that with except that. It just seems odd to me that they did that. Right. And it would be cool if values were a little bit more, I don't know. It's not my favorite system. I think it's, like, it's okay. Like, you know, it's fine. What do you mean by that? Average control? I still think it's relatively easy to push centralization. I don't think it's, like, very hard. You it's, like, such a little penalty. I don't really think that it matters. But, you know? Yeah, 0.04? That's just, like, not really it's, like, hardly anything, right? I mean, getting a little push, but my point being is that I don't really think that it's enough to really matter in my experience. Like, what, you know, if you hit 0.01 towards central, then you're good. I think they don't like that mechanically. The idea of, like, you know, as long as you have a positive number, you can just go infinitely positive. Hello, hello. But I don't know. I don't know what the better thing would be. Sometimes I think that maybe you should, like, pull back or something. I don't know. It's just hard to know. All right, well, let's wait for the burger. No, what is it? Robber barons to show up. So we're just gonna hang out for a bit, and then we'll start going to wars. Right now, we're just culture converting a little bit. Yeah, but isn't it kind of weird that road debates are, like, way better in the first stage than any time else? You get double the value if you if the game, like, incentivizes you to push central earlier, because once you unlock the road, it halves the value. Why do you think they made that decision? That's how that would work. Does that not seem weird? Maybe it doesn't to you guys. I don't know. I feel like I want to be out of the union so I can be the emperor. I'm stuck in this union with, who was it? I'm not sure who it is. Upper Bavaria. Yeah, yeah. Surely I could, like, just have Bohemia kill that guy for me. I wasn't going to befriend Bohemia, but, you know, I will if he wants to help me. Although his independence is probably a defensive CB, so yeah, we could probably do that at some point. Yeah, but I mean, battles have always been balanced, I feel like. What do you mean age 6 units? They don't start with age 6 units. No goal, just yeah. What, the unit you can build one of? I don't even bother building it. I mean, I think in general, Byzantium, they turned Byzantium into a fantasy tag. You know? But I don't really care to build one unit. Like, I really don't. I don't even build that. Like, because horses are better than that one. That you could have an age 6 unit that's broken, but you just build a horse instead, and it's probably more broken. To be honest with you, like I got like just like real talk. Like, would I rather have one of these units or a horse? Probably just a horse, like the special horse they get. Like, sure, that's decent. Don't get me wrong, it's like cool. This is not. This is a bug. This is a bug, right? Yeah, this is a bug too. This wasn't like this last patch, by the way. But even if you could do that, you'd have to have a lot of manpower to even build it. And how much money is it? It's probably like, wait, yeah. Like, I don't know that you could even maintain that. That's 15 a month to maintain. I don't think you'd even like. I mean, you might be able to do it, but it's like you can't do this until you have like a significant investment into manpower, and so you're not really going to do that. And then, but I don't know. I just feel like the horses are the problem. Even if you could get one stack of these guys, this is a bug. This wasn't like this last patch, though, right? Like I'm certain this it wasn't like this before. So that's just like clearly a bug. Yeah, it's a bug for sure. But regardless, I think the problem is that's a bug that will be fixed, but horses are a real problem that hasn't been addressed. You know, but like, yeah, weird bug. You'd have to invest a lot to get enough manpower to build those units, though. But the question to me would be like, real question for you guys. They have age 6 infantry, right? How many horses do you think it would take to beat them? Of the like, well, let's say that you're Byzantium and you have like your special horses, right? How many of these? I don't. You know what I'm talking about. These. Like, how many of these horses do you think it would take to beat one stack of those guys? I'm sure. Uh, like, what even makes these guys that great? There's just a lot of them. But I guess my point would be like, would it even be efficient to build this versus the just building the horses? Like, funny enough, I'm like, I don't know. It might be not worth it to. You might just rather have the horses. Like actually, what do you guys think? Like, rather than having age 6 infantry, you probably would just rather have the broken horses that Byzantium has because they're that broken. Like that. Isn't that something wrong with the game though? If that's the case, that you would rather have age 2 horses because they're so broken. Isn't there something fundamentally wrong with that idea? That age 6 infantry would probably lose to like just some age 2 horses. Like, I don't know. I don't know regarding that one, but it's just kind of funny that even if that glitch is the thing, it's probably not even worth it. Like, it literally is like there's age 6 units available. It's not even worth to build it because the horses are so broken. Is like actually kind of funny in a sick way. You know, like it's not great, but it's like I actually think that probably it would just be better to build, even if you could build age 6 units. I think it's probably just better to build age 2 horses. Doesn't that mean the horses are a little bit too strong? Like, something's wrong with horses, right? I'm gonna start paying for my Diplo spending for a bit. Wow, I have union contribution on. I'm a sucker for that, I guess. Did I get +1 Diplo rep, though? Okay. I'm down. Sure. I need to figure out being the Emperor, so I need to figure out getting out of this union. So I guess the play is befriend Bohemia so he can get me out of the union. I guess. But I gotta do that before the Hussite Wars. I mean, I have plenty of time before that. But that's probably the play. That, or I don't know how... Maybe I could change my succession law, but I guess you can't do that. Like, if I remove the right to inherit and I change my succession law, maybe I could get out of the union as well that way. I think that's, like, maybe possible, but I don't know. Because if this guy has a daughter, if my current ruler has any more kids, which he definitely might, then there's a chance I could change my succession law so I have my daughter inherit. But I guess if I did that, it would be... Oh, wait, they're leaving the union. Okay, so maybe the union will just dissolve by itself. I don't even have to do anything. I think you can, as long as you get rid of right to inherit or something. What's being changed? Funny enough, I saw the new UI for this, and I think it's like... It confuses me even more. Maybe I just need to get used to it, but I'm like, I think I'm even more confused by the HRE UI than I used to be. I had gotten used to the jankiness of it. Now I'm like, I've lost. I don't know what's going on with the new UI. Ooh, +2 Diplo rep finally researched. Very good. And 1 year until we can start getting rid of those robber barons. Oh, now the union, is it not leaving again? No. See, that's the issue. That's too bad. He has a son. So now our succession law is the same. But I have a plan. We're going to deal with robber barons, then we're going to revoke that privilege. Or something. Sure, yeah, we just need to start doing the robber barons nonsense. Or just a fight. Like, instead of changing my succession laws, maybe I just fight it, but I'm like, I could just change my succession laws and maybe get out of this union. Or actually just have to go ahead and fight them. Which is probably doable as well. Mutual offense is being debated. Does that mean they have to go to war with me? I think it does. Wait, no, maybe it doesn't. If they're voting for something like that, what are they voting for? Assured offense? Sure, yeah, I'll just vote that. That way they have to help me with my wars, I think. My silly wars. But yeah, we're gonna start doing with the robber barons. Oh, I guess it's already in 2 places. I guess it only takes a couple years to deal with. As long as we don't expand. A border dispute with this guy. Probably not worth, right? 25 years of... That's crazy how bad it is. 25 years of -1 max diplomats and -0.1 monthly is that ever worth it? I feel like that would never be worth it. Should just delete that event from the game. Like, it's never the way. How close am I to Alling Bohemia? Not too far away, but not that close. That seems like the easier way to deal with this problem. I think you just have to wait to deal with robber barons, then we can play. Kind of does seem weird. Brandenburg does feel like that. They're just like, yeah, you just need to wait until like 1380 till you can play. Okay, I guess. Deal with robber barons. Okay. It'd be nice if I had another cabinet seat, but I'm not the emperor, so what do you do? Need to pick new research. Max literacy is probably okay, and cost of court here. Inquisition law. I think Inquisition law can give you legitimacy or something like that. Or no, I'm thinking of something else. There's probably no point in going to war, though. I guess I could look at more law changes. Still really haven't gone to humanist as much as we'd like. Ask for law changes, all right. Change our censorship to no censorship. Then we should be able to get another thing through, I think. Can change our religion to any. Then we're well on our way to going humanist. I mean, the nobility just have to hate me for that, which I'll probably have a civil war. What do you do? I don't really like that when you're forced to click these buttons. Yes, forced. And then the nobility want to hate you. It's just sad. But yeah, civil war is just a few days away. Imagine this happened in real life. The rebels sent a letter to the king. Hey, we're gonna revolt on this day. I don't know why that just sounds ridiculous. Just so you guys know, this is the exact day where we're gonna start our civil movement. Just in case you want to be ready. This is the exact land that we're gonna revolt out of. How considerate of them, really. Are you really just gonna let them take Berlin? When you have 8,000 guys right there? Really? The AI, man. Crazy. They're just sitting there watching as I lose Berlin. Like, why? Okay. It's fine. Just lost all my control, I'm sure. Just like, that's so unnecessary that happened, but whatever. Hey, my leader died. Or our leader, I should say. Let me out of this union. Come on now. How do I get out? Actually, there's got to be a way, right? I can't do this. Oh, you can't do it during a disaster? Like, could I just like make this guy my leader? Maybe. I don't know. Oh no, because we have an heir, I think. No, I can't get the seniority. I don't even want the union. I think we'll be free from this disaster here in a second, though. Shouldn't be too long. Then we can start playing the game. I mean, I guess we could have expanded earlier, but with Robber Baron's thing, it does kind of seem like the more you expand, the worse it gets for you. It might be kind of bad RNG that we're stuck in this union. But we've been improving with Bohemia, so they can probably save me from that soon. Wait, what? Oh, no, diplomat. No, wait, what's the issue? Our diplomatic status allows the creation of an alliance with Bohemia? What does that mean? Huh? What? What does that mean? I was so confused. Oh, wow, I guess I can't do that. Wow, neat. I just am not allowed to have friends. Interesting. Well, that's a word I could use. How do I fix that? I don't know. I guess we just have to, like, get out of this union. They have a different leader than me. How am I even in the union? We can have different people as our leaders? That's weird. Well, maybe we'll be able to get out of it in a second. Once Robber Baron stuff is dealt with. You can't make vassals? I don't know. I never make vassals anyways. So yeah, we should be able to be free from this soon. Okay, dealing with the Robber Barons. Please deal with them. I think we're down to the last one we need to do, maybe? Nope, that is not true. Not even close. I think when the rebels happened, it like screwed things up. But that's just a theory. But I feel like it did. It's like usually, I guess I can't. I gotta wait for them to be mad. Okay. Yeah, I think the rebels like reset it because I think I was like working on dealing with Robber Barons there, but whatever. We will wait another like 4 years. I'll watch the paint dry for 4 years. That doesn't really work. You can't change culture with subjects very well anymore. You have to be a really humanist to make it work. No, they just can't do it. Like, they can't get enough of the value to get it. Because you get negative 75 and then negative 50. I think in my testing, you have to be, like, at least somewhat humanist to get any sort of culture conversion at all. But I don't really want to wait 20 years, you know, like, for that to happen anyways. I'd rather not. Yeah, I don't think it's worth. Yeah, it's horrible 1.2. It's like impossible. Because they get a negative 50% to it. Like an additional now in 1.2. So you have to wait 10 years to even do it. And then they can't get enough value to do it. Unless you are like pretty humanist. Which I am not yet. I'm like, I worked on it a little bit, but we're not there yet. Can almost play the game. I'm so excited. In 500 days, we can start to play our campaign. And boy, am I ready. I gotta get out of this union, though. That's the first step. No, my spy. Union independence. Get me out of here. Can't even get allies anymore. It's terrible. Although I wonder if it's still the case that you like can't get antagonism. Or rather, the coalition can't declare on you because you're not declarable, if that makes sense. That might be a thing. I do remember that being a thing. Like, you could get as much antagonism as you want. It wouldn't matter. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I feel like I'm the only content creator who has the opinion that I'm like, I feel like subjects are just like not useful anymore. And yeah, that could definitely be wrong. I'm like, I don't even like, I don't want to touch subjects anymore. That's how bad they are. They take way too long to integrate. That I don't even want to make those subjects. I'd rather just like integrate the land myself. We did it. End of the robber baron era. 50 years of crown power. It's kind of weird that I got that before I even finished dealing with robber barons, though. Why did that happen? I don't know. Oh well, for 10 years we get a little bit more centralization and revoke privilege cost. Cool, cool. That means that I could probably get rid of right to inherit if I really want to. Which that'd be painful. It's actually not bad right now. 24 stab. Sure. I'll get rid of it just so I can I change the succession law, or are they gonna be like, nah, you can't? Nah, I can. Do I really want to? Ugh. I kind of do, but I kind of don't. It's so painful to do that. That's so freaking painful. Like, I don't want to do that. Jeez. So my options are change my succession law or merc up to get independence. I think that's probably my only options. What's the less painful way? Probably marking up to get independence myself. Would make more sense. But I'm not allowed to get allies, so I have to fight them alone. But it's a defensive war. So I guess they have to fight me in some sort of way. Sure, I don't know. Yeah, we'll just have to see. Maybe we just get money for now. Trying to think of a way I could somehow like cheese it, but I can't. I don't know. I can't really think of it. Like, how do I get the emperor to defend me in this scenario? I don't think that's the way. That's probably not going to happen. I probably shouldn't have taken away right to inherit if I wasn't going to change my succession law, though. But my succession law right now is partial, or no, Patreon inheritance. Or partition inheritance. I think that's what it is. Not Patreon. Same thing. I could change the absolute cognitive. The problem is that if I change my succession law, then I'll have problems with being the emperor as well. If my female, they're sexist and all that. So, wait, can I not even do that? It says we cannot change due to being blocked by. I can't even do that anyways. Okay, I guess I just can't change my succession law anyways. Never mind then. Not an option. Just took away right to inherit for no reason. Fair enough. Well, I'm going to remove all of their decentralization privileges then. You think you can have anything, guys? No. You think you can have market fairs? I'm taking them away from you. If I can find it. Where is it? I thought it was a privilege they had. Oh, there it is. Yeah, get rid of that. It's time that we go central. Anything else pushing decentral? No. Oh, that's crazy. Nothing's pushing decentral? Oh, no. Fortification licenses. Yeah, they can't have that. I'm taking it away from you. There we go. Then we can push crazy central. I have like no privileges granted to the nobility. It's funny. I want to get rid of more of them for some reason. I'm like, aristocracy push is terrible. Maybe I should just get rid of it all. There's so much still. Oh my. It's so bad. Yeah, never mind. I'm not doing that. They can have it. But I just pissed off my estates for a sec, so I can't go to war. But I want to get independence so I can be the emperor. Because I guess that's just like required. So I guess I have to merc up. It's probably the only way. Don't text it away. It's fine. Yeah, we'll just have to merc up. I feel like that's bad RNG. I guess instead of marking up, I could just get strong enough to take it, but I don't know. I'll probably just declare independence. Hey, receive the right to become the duchy. Thanks, Austria. I'll rival Poland because he's probably the only one that's strong enough to be my rival. Looks like Austria expanded into Hungary. Yeah, that's interesting. I'm going to have to take a stab hit to even declare this war a bit. Like, okay, I need to save money to try to get some mercs, even though I make no money. That should be fine, I guess. Oh, wait, am I paying for diplo spending? Oh my gosh, how long have I been doing that? I'm so bad. Dang it. I always forget that. I bet it's been a while that I had that on. Just crippled my economy for no reason. Oh, you know what? I'm actually okay with diplo spending being on. I was trying to annex my subject. And that gets way faster, so okay, I wasn't wasting my money. And I do not fabricate claims very fast, I'll tell you what. I'm not very good at that. I need some practice, apparently. It's kind of pathetic out here. I mean, I could have got this diplo annexation cost one, but I'm only going to have one subject this whole campaign, so I guess I don't really need it. Alright, Union Independence. It looks like a little bit unwinnable. But, yeah, you know, what do you do? Slightly unwinnable. But mercenaries are definitely a thing. Problem is I can't get friends to help me, but I guess the only friends I need are that of the mercenaries. Can I even hire that many with 200 ducats? I guess. 1,000? I mean, maybe that's good enough. Is there any mercenary horses? I don't see any. You think it's worth hiring these mercenary horses? It might be. Probably not. I don't know. I guess I have no choice though, but to try to get independence here. Lose 20 stab, but what do you do? No. My ruler's female. Why? I get independence and they do this to me? That's crazy. I'll never be the emperor. I feel like this is a cursed campaign, you know, I'm just all the bad luck. Oh well. It's too bad I can't befriend anybody. What do they want from me if just leave? Nothing? There's nothing that they could want. That's weird. What would happen if I unconditionally surrendered? Probably just lose my land. Not going to, I'm just curious. But okay, let's grab mercs. I guess I can only get 1,000 guys, but whatever. Hopefully it's good enough. Alright, the mercs arrived in time, maybe? Yeah, they got baited. Poor Saxony. They thought they could win, but they got baited. The mercenaries just finished recruiting when they went into that battle. Can I just chase them down? Or is it... No, it's probably better to just kill these guys for free. Perfect. Alright, can we end the war before they destroy my friends? Probably. Oh, they won't take humiliate? Should I just pay war reps to be free? I feel like I don't win this, so yeah, probably. That's 8,000 guys, so just pay money and war reps. That's fine with me, I guess. Because I think that it's going to be more expensive to try to win otherwise. We'll take that. But now my problem is that my ruler is female. And we can't be voted for as a female. And we have no children, so it's also not good. Who should we marry? I don't really know that it matters, but... I don't know why I'm going to find myself in another union if I'm not careful, right? Let's just marry someone random. This Aragon guy, yeah, I like it. I like it. My leader's 35, though, so her window to have children is pretty short. Hopefully she has children. I don't really know how that works as like far as RNG goes, but I have faith. I see him in debt. Oh, Diplo spending. I'm almost on annexing. I gotta keep it on. I don't need to pay for stability, though. Yeah, the good news is that I'm independent. The bad news is that I'm female. Not literally, okay, guys? I'm not female. I find it weird that you can't disband levies unless you detach them from the mercs. Tactical genius. All right. How about you have children, though? That would be a genius move. Before you... Like, what do I do if she doesn't have children in the next 4 years? I don't really know. Just kind of like, I don't know. I don't really know how that would work. The reconstruction period? Sure, give me some stab. So I'm almost free from my subject, and then I can stop paying for diplo spending. The Teutons want an alliance? Isn't there like some weird event that if you're friends... I don't know. Yeah, I think that we're going to try to be friends with the Teutons. I like it. We'll take down the Poles together. I think there's some sort of event that you can like become Prussia by just being friends or something. I don't know. Trying to find it. Oh, what? Yeah, you can get the Teutons as a vassal, I guess. But you have to have the same dynasty. What? I don't understand. How are you supposed to do that? I should have married that guy then. Can I get a divorce and change that? But she's so old. That's okay. Request divorce. All right, let's try that again. Can I even marry the Teutons? No? Why not? They're a theocracy. God damn it. They don't marry? Oh no. Well, maybe I just need to find someone in this dynasty then? Is that even a dynasty? I think that's the point, isn't it? They don't have dynasties. How do I fix that? What's the play? Like obviously there's a way to do it or it wouldn't be an event. But how do I... It's part of a dynasty. Well, let's just... I guess that divorce was for nothing. Because they don't believe in marriages here. Well, my bad on the whole divorce thing, then I guess we'll get married to someone else random. I don't feel like there's no strategy here of like who I would want in a royal marriage. This person. No, he's 40. I actually don't know if men being a certain age matters for fertility. But we'll just marry this random 19-year-old. Yeah, I guess they don't have a dynasty, so I can't do that now. I appreciate the Pope. Help me out with that divorce, though. It was for no reason. You need to have a kid in the next few years, though, lady. I know that once you're 40, it's not allowed, okay? So you gotta get your life together. I actually don't know how to solve that if that happens. I guess when she dies, I'll just be ruled by the nobility or something, and then I can ennoble them. Well, that's not the word. Does that matter? She's not getting a girl. That's not happening. Don't put that negative energy into the universe, man. What the hell? What is this? Austria's event offer of alliance. Should I ally Austria? Nah. I'm not turning my back on the Teutons. Okay, we're gonna take down the Poles. I wouldn't betray my friends. But I guess I could start expanding now. Wish I had claims, but they're not allowed, right? No, we can only get claims on 3 people. Who even is this? I wish when you click this button, it would start getting the claim for you. Like, come on. I don't even know who this is. Who am I talking to? Why are they rivaling me? You guys are weird. Okay, just for the record, but whatever. And the Teutons are allied there. You know what? I just need to get favors and make them break that. I could just do a parliament war. Although, yeah, we finished annexing our subject finally. It took so long. Given I didn't have diplo spending on the whole time, but 1380 is forever. What is this? Okay. Yeah, I kind of want to just take the land next to Berlin, but these guys, unfortunately, yeah, I think we're just going to do a Parliament CB, even if it's more aggressive. Why does everyone want tax exemptions? What, are you trying to destroy my nation? Terrible. Okay, we can do our first war. I guess I shouldn't say my first war. I did go to war with Bavaria. Oh, perfect. I was trying to get this guy into the war. All these tiny nations can... That's a lot of tiny nations. Like, we can't win that. Oh, wait. When did Austria join? Oh, I think they were a free city, maybe, because the second I get them in Austria does it. But okay, who am I in love with? Dang it. Yeah, whatever. I'll just take the stab hit. I don't want to take the time to send insults. It's not worth it. They just don't care enough. It's like I got my entire thing ready to go. Oh, this is cooked, isn't it? They got to Berlin before I could raise my guys. That's so annoying. They're like, oh, they get some auxiliary carts out there, and then you can't, like, you're cooked. Like, look at that. Just absolutely cooked immediately. They've got their auxiliary carts to auto win the war. I'm being cheesed by the AI. Like, what am I gonna do about that? Hire mercs, I guess. That's like stupid though that I have to do that. Because like it doesn't make any sense that you wouldn't be able to raise your guys before a war started. Like, what are you gonna? You're not just gonna declare the war and and then afterwards you're like, oh, we should get some people to fight that war. No. You're probably gonna raise the guys and get them ready to go before you officially declare, I would think. But oh, hey, they made it. I hired mercs for no reason. I love that. At least they helped that battle win, so it's fine, I guess. I'm going to avoid the forts for now. Who's the war leader? Oh, that's too bad. It's them. I was hoping to separate peace, but nope. I'm gonna lose that. The game thinks I am. No. The prediction's so off. Like, shows you the red icon. You're like, I swear more than not, it's just wrong. I think I co-belligerated. Honestly, it's hard to know who you co-belligerated in this game. That's feedback I've left to them time and time again, though. Like, I think I co-belligerated these guys, but how do you know? Like, is there any actual way to know? I don't really know. Like, how can you tell? I guess I could tell by... The only way that I know to tell is if I look in... Wait, I can't even take their land? Oh, that's cool. You can't separate peace with the Parliament CV? I love that. That's really neat. Didn't know that. I guess I never use Parliament CV usually, but I didn't realize you just couldn't separate peace. Well, I guess in the sense that you can't take land. Wait, why can I take land here but not there? How's that make any... Maybe that's how I can tell if they're co-belligerated, right? I think that's a thing. I think it's the reason I can't is because they're not co-belligerated. So I can separate peace these guys because they're not co-belligerent? Question mark. I think that's one of the things happening. Oh, the fort. Maybe it's the fort. You're right. Okay, well, we need to separate peace these guys and annex them. Although, I know they made non-co-belligerate worse in this patch, but I don't really know how much worse. It's got to tell you somewhere, right? I don't know. Messing with the H-tree is already terrible enough. These two locations cost me 30 antagonism. But not really 30. It's... Why is it ordered like this? Why is it, like, just randomly ordered? What I just want to know what kind of sorting this could possibly be. It's not alphabetical. It's not by antagonism gained. Like, why am I seeing these guys near the top of the list? That is the edge of my nation. Why? Okay, whatever. It's fine. It just, like, seems really random that it would show me that as like, you know, as if that was the most important thing to show me. Anyways. No, it's not. It's not antagonism total. Because I'm getting like 0.01 here. Oh, it's sort of how much they have at the end, and because it's different stuff starts at a different... Like, everyone starts... Whatever. Okay, I see. Let's troll, but I see. Okay, I see. It's based on the total antagonism, and because other nations start with the base antagonism, then all these other nations are going to be sorted first. Okay, anyhow, let's grab these locations. I think the church is closed for the holidays, so unfortunately we get more antagonism. We have 22 Diplo reps, so that's pretty good. I mean, when we're paying for it. But yeah, I don't know how bad it is. I should really check the stats of like co-belligerate versus non-co-belligerate and how much of a penalty we're taking there, because I really just don't know. But I think I co-belligerated Gustro. Probably. I think they're all out of troops, right? Yep. So it's just a matter of sieging. Like, unconditional surrender should be, like, enforced if they have 0 troops. And they're, like, only location that could recruit troops is being currently sieged. Because it's not possible for them to get more troops at that point. Okay, though, if I was the player in this scenario, I would definitely not unconditional. I want them to have to suffer a little bit longer, you know? Did my... No. I think she's 40. Oh, wait, she's 39 and no children, which means it's just the last year. I hope that they're trying at least, okay? Because on her 40th birthday, it's over for me. And I don't even know what that means. It just... I don't have an heir. I never will. How do I fix that? I have no idea. Yeah, she is 40, so the kid window is over. Unless she's pregnant, but I don't even know if you can see that. Probably not. Well, don't know. I don't even know that I care about that land right now. Yeah, not really. Like I could take the land up here. I guess I did couplage right. But it seems pretty aggressive. Maybe I don't, because it's so far with my capital. It's like, is it even worth it? I think so. Yeah. Yeah, that would be reasonable. I don't know on that one. Yeah, I'm just looking at this antagonism and I'm like, it's probably not worth for me to take that land. But I guess I could. But I'd almost rather... No. I think I just take these two locations and save the antagonism to fight somebody else that's closer to my capital. Because I'm gonna get like next to no value up here. So yeah, I think we just call that good. I forgot to put Diplo Endeavors or Diplo Spending on. What an idiot I am. Skill issue. I really need more cabinet members. Because I want to push centralization. But I also would like to integrate with more than one cabinet. But what do? You can't win them all. I think we're chilling on antagonism though. Yeah, no big deal. I just want to take more of the... Like, I'd love to fight Magdeburg. But they're allied to Saxony, which is painful. I could ally Bohemia, or I could request a guarantee, I guess. Why would I do that? No, I should be able to ally to Bohemia, I'm sure. I just need to improve relations. I'm out of debt. I don't know how my succession is going to work, but it could be smart to just improve relations with future electors. Well, they're not future, they're current electors, but they can actually vote for me in the future is what I mean. Because, yeah, I don't know. I'm not really sure how succession works if you don't have an heir. Like, is it just a random noble? I don't know. But we won't have an heir, and we never will, you know, it's not possible. Because she's 40. I feel like they shouldn't have made it hard and possible, but rather just made it a lower chance. Because now it feels doomed, right? At least there would still be hope. I want, like, some sort of small hope still. They shouldn't take it all away from me like that. Like, oh yeah, maybe you'll get lucky and she'll have a kid in her 40s. Crazier things have happened. F1? Oh, F1. What is the F1 tab? That, to me, that's a macro. Is it this thing? Or is it this thing? Oh. Okay, we have an heir. It's our younger brother. Okay. Put him in, that's fine. He'll be the new emperor. Alright, we'll get an alliance with Bohemia because why not? He's a known carrier. I guess we can pick up papal control here. Sure. Probably don't need to tax my people so heavily. The commoners, they're good people. I can put it up to 60. I think 60 is a magic number. For the nobility, that yeah, they're going to suffer. But yeah, we'll just waiting. I'd like more people to be mad at me so I could go and get more claims, but right now we're not lucky. I don't really like the way that CB works. It's kind of like, oh, if you get good RNG, they rival you, and then you can, you know, get a CV or something like that. But I'm like, not my favorite. Like, why didn't these guys hate me enough? Magdeburg, you know, I've what can I do? I mean, I could send an insult, but I don't think that's going to make them rival me. It's worth a shot, I suppose. Could attack Wolgas, but again, it's just kind of far from my capital. Not really sure that I'll be able to get much value. That's why I want to go through Magdeburg, because that would be pretty good. Rupin would be good. I have to Parliament CB. I guess it's fine. Starting to get central. We can push really... Well, 0.66 isn't bad. It's pretty decent for our centralization push. But I need to remember to give that privilege back to the burghers too, because that one's actually pretty good. The market fairs. But I just, for now, didn't want it. I guess I auto-embrace professional armies. I really want the Renaissance, but it's not spreading very fast. And the Emperorship, I like that too. Who do I improve with here? The Palatinate? Sure. It's like I should improve ahead of time so that as soon as my leader dies, I should be able to be elected. Theoretically. But I guess we could do another small war. Just looking at land that's close to my capital. And Rupin is... I don't know. Yeah, I guess it's decent. 2 away. Yeah, sure. Quick little war. I feel like it's kind of a waste of our parliament support. Yo, this is off topic, but I just ripped the game. Yeah, that's still a thing. Conciliatory is the way if you want to take more land. Which, yes, sounds counterintuitive, right? This is unfortunate. There's a road debate. But if I want to pass it, I can't get a claim. But I guess it doesn't matter because I've got a long ways to push anyway. So I guess passing this debate is not important. Let's just fabricate over here. Just trying to take land close to my capital. Do not have a diplomat. Oh, a single person could make this work for me, huh? Tax... I could actually give the commoners a tax exemption, probably. Because I'm not even taxing them to the max anyways. Never mind. I kind of am. Subjects suck. Now. Is my opinion. That's it. Subjects are terrible. They don't culture convert for you anymore. And they take longer to integrate. I think they're probably not terrible, but they're just not great. Like they're not really that worth to use. Oh no. Oh wait, no, it's fine. It's fine. So we got our claim over here. Let's go to this quick war. It should be a very, very fast one. I could even call him Bohemia, but that would be ridiculously overkill. I do not need to do that. I just want to take some land close to my capital. And this happens to be the closest land I could take. I could take I could take this land up here again, but it probably isn't worth it right now. Yeah, we'll just take this. And we're done. I should have put my Diplo endeavors on and paid for Diplo spending, but I guess it doesn't matter much. It's one location. But still, like, you know, technically I probably should have. But I doubt anyone's gonna care that I took one location. But yeah, the next best thing it could probably take would be Magdeburg. As far as like distance from my capital. That or like you know, we're getting to the point where like we have most of the land that's two-way from our capital, but we definitely want to go after probably these guys. Mecklenburg and Magdeburg are the most valuable locations for me to take. I mean, I think decentralization's okay. I don't know. Some people like seem to like subjects still. I just don't. I feel like they're more trouble than they're worth. But you should just, just give it a try. You'll just notice they annex a lot slower, and they basically can't culture convert for you. I think like it might be still worth using subjects, but it's not worth enough to make up for the tedium. Like, you know, I don't want to deal with it, and it's not so strong like it was before that it makes a difference. I think because it's time to build some RGOs. And I need to build my government buildings still. I never built my royal court, but I'm poor. But the RGOs will make for rich. That's how it goes. And I guess so will the centralization. I mean, it will help. Hey, look, she's secretive. That somehow gives centralization. I don't know why that would give centralization, just thinking about it from a roleplay perspective. Wouldn't that not do that? I don't know. I feel like centralization would be like something that you're not secretive about. You know, you're in control. Not some. It's fine. It's fine. I'm being picky. I'm secretive, therefore I'm central. I'm just waiting for my ruler to die, though. Counting down the days. And then, you know. I mean, if the A tree wasn't sexist, it wouldn't be a problem, but unfortunately, they are. But yeah, we can finally get the royal court going. And I think we never built the sergeant tree either, which we should have. So we'll get that going too. I think I will leave my capital in Berlin the whole game because I'm a known role player. I don't know why, but I like keeping my capital if I can in the original capital spot. It's a decent capital spot, I think. Although, I guess Stendhal will act as a secondary capital, so it's not... You know, it's not that great that Stendhal's so close to Berlin. There's also not that many cities you can even build governors in, which is unfortunate. I feel like it's a tough requirement to it be, you know, it has to be level 3 to build a governor. Because there's not that many places in Germany at all that are like that. So it's like very, very specific places. And it's not super cheap early game to upgrade something that high either. Nor is there enough people, generally speaking. So governors kind of are, you know, buff governors. Paradox. Let me build them in level 2s. I think it's fine to just automate trade, yeah. Just automate trade and chill. And you'll be, you don't make a ton of money from an early game. But yeah, that's what I do. I just automate it and don't pay much attention, but it's not negative money anymore. No, you're playing catch up, so good. Hey.
Hey,
What's up?
I have a question for you.
What?
Which VR fifth?
Or
CS.
CS?
Yes.
Who's playing?
Austin, Mason, and Quinn. Myself.
Fine.
Yeah?
Sure. But only if they understand I don't play, right?
Oh yeah, they're cool with it. They deal with me all the time, so it's fine.
Oh yeah, sorry, muted. Sorry, I was gonna say for bailiffs, I would look at the material, and I would say that you should only build bailiffs where the value is 5 or higher. So mostly gold and silver would be my expectations for you to put that. That's my thought process. Like 3's okay. Like if you have tons of extra room for bailiffs, sure, but mostly I just put it on gold and silver. Would be my recommendation for bailiffs. Because what you really want to do is spam cities, if you can, I think. And then you're not going to be able to build bailiffs there anyways, right? Anyways, guys, I got to run. My girlfriend needs some help, so take it easy. Have a nice night.